אדוני שומרך אדוני צלך יד ימינך ימין השם שלו יככו וירח בלילה אדוני ישמרך מכל רע ישמר את נפשך אדוני ישמרצי ישרבייך מעטו ועד עולם. Friends, chapter 121, say it as often as you can for the well-being and the safety, prosperity of all our brothers anywhere in the world. And obviously tzedakah is always the right thing to do, so join me wherever you are and put a few coins in the pushka. And now join me, Liz, in a thought. A chassid once asked the Rebbe Rashab, what is a chassid? And the Rebbe Rashab answered him, a lamplighter, a lamplighter. In the old country, where the streets were lit with gas lamps, there was a person that his job was to go and light in the street all those lanterns. And he was called a lamplighter. Where, how, and so on. Parsha of this week. In the beginning of the Parsha this week, the Torah says, Parsha Baloischa, Daber el Aaron, God says, speak to Aaron, v'marta elov, and tell him, Baloischa es haneros, when you light the lamps of the menorah, and mul pnei menorah yo'iru shivas haneros, the seven should cast their light towards the center. Now, there is the menorah. We can discuss it ad infinitum. But let's just take a few thoughts that are relevant to us. Unfortunately, we don't have the menorah yet in the Beis HaMikdash. We'll have it any second. But only the Kohen lights the menorah. And if the Torah tells us this concept, it has value and importance and teaching to all of us. What was the menorah all about? The menorah was giving light to the world. In fact, the windows were made in such a way that it were narrow inside and wider outside, to say that the light is coming from within the Beis HaMikdash to the outside. That's what the menorah is all about. Lighting up the world. We have that mission. We must light up the world. With what? Doesn't mean that we have to become electricians. It means we have to light up the world with the warmth, with the passion, with the beauty, with the flame, with the fire of Torah mitzvahs. Ner mitzvah v'Torah oir. The candle is a mitzvah and the Torah is the light. How do we do this? So look in the word, Bahaloischa es haneros. Loosely translated, when you light the lamps. But really, Bahaloischa means when you lift up. Lalois, Yale v'yovoy, lifting, elevating. What does that mean? And Rashi, basic commentary, stops and gives two explanations. Bahaloischa es haneros, says Rashi, you have to lift up. When you light that flame, you should light it in such a way that it should be able to continue burn on its own. You should not have to be standing there the whole time and fanning it and lighting it. Once it's lit, make sure that it burns well. There is another explanation, which is there was a step in front of the menorah, and the Kohen had to stand on top of this step to reach and light the menorah. What's the idea? And if the Kohen was tall enough, did he also have to go on the step? Yes. The message is as following. When we light somebody else, when we are warming somebody else, we share a message, we share a thought, an encouragement. Put out tefillin, light the Shabbos candles, keep kosher, and so on and so forth. Make sure that when you inspire this other person, should be an inspiration that should be lasting, to the point that this person is now inspired by him or herself, to the point that they can now go and kindle another flame, kindle another soul, kindle another neshama, so to say. Bahaloischa, lift them up, lifting, not just lighting, but lift the person to a level where now she's burning with her own passionate flame. But Rashi says another step also. How can you lift the other? You have to elevate yourself also. You have to stand up You have to step up, so to say. You have to elevate yourself also. And this is a two-way, a two-direction, so to say, step. You elevate yourself to help the others, but in fact, by lighting somebody else, you become elevated. When Rabbi Yisrael Der and his wife went on Shlichus, the Rebbe told him these words. Ihr wird machen lichtig und warm bei anderen, und der Eibishter wird machen lichtig und warm bei euch. You bring light and warmth to others, and God will then make you and others warm. So Eibishter, we're ready for the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash. We'll be flaming, burning with a desire, with a passion, with the light of the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash, where the whole world will be illuminated. Now, please,